PayPal was freezing people's money to the tune of 5 and 6 figures, tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for no reason at all.
Everything changes.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into the channel, Rockstars. It is Monday again. It's the 17th of January, 2022, and I got sent a lot of text messages and emails and things, Facebook, whatnot, for this story. If you sent it to me, thanks for sending to me. It's all about PayPal and some new lawsuits targeting PayPal for freezing people's accounts. Apparently, according to these lawsuits, allegedly, PayPal was freezing people's money to the tune of 5 and 6 figures, tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for no reason at all. Now, what was the basis of the lawsuit? Why were they holding the money? And what is going on with this lawsuit? So first I want to say, full disclosure, I use PayPal for pretty much everything outside of the platform. So obviously I used it with eBay when eBay accepted PayPal. Now it's managed payments, so it's not. But I use PayPal for all of my direct invoices. So if you guys want to buy something from me that you see on Instagram or YouTube, or you email me and ask like, hey, I love that jersey, can I buy it from you? $40 free shipping. I send out PayPal invoices. When I buy bulk material, generally speaking, I pay using PayPal. I do use a few other things, but PayPal's a big, one of you might contact me and go, I have a box of 100 neckties I want to sell for $150. And, I'm like, send me a PayPal invoice, send me a PayPal invoice. I do hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of transactions through PayPal every year. I love PayPal. It's convenient, it's easy, and I have been using them for probably 15 years. Now, let me be fully transparent again. 15 years ago, when I started with PayPal, I did have an issue. I remember a time that account got frozen and money got frozen, and it wasn't a ton. I want to say back then it was probably $400 or $500 that was frozen for a couple of weeks, and I had to fight to get it, and there were issues. Now, let me tell you that I've gotten this story in my YouTube comments. If you read through PayPal videos, you'll see them, and direct messages over the years, hundreds of them, of this happening to people. The thing about it is PayPal freezes accounts and funds for several reasons. One being high risk flagged activity. So if you create a PayPal account, brand new customer today, and you start selling $5,000 gold bars through PayPal, one after another, they're going to freeze your account and hold it. You have no history with them. You're high risk. It's a huge red flag. It's just not something they're going to be okay with you just jumping in and doing, right? And some people try to do that. And it doesn't have to be like significantly high amounts of money. It can just be something that flags a red flag, and that's totally up to them. It's their platform. It sucks, but that's how it works. You can get it resolved. You can contact them, give them copies of invoices, copies of this, of that, and generally speaking, they will free it up. Also, a lot of people with out of country accounts, a lot of people overseas, out of America, a lot of people, this is going to sound really bad, but I swear a ton of the messages and emails I get and the lawsuits, which I'm going to show you in just a second, come from folks with names that don't exactly appear to be, normal, and normal's a bad word, but like standard American names. Like, it's generally folks that have names that would appear that maybe they're out of the country or that they came from out of the country. And that sounds really bad, guys. This is not me saying this. This is PayPal, right? I don't care what your name is. You can use my website. I don't care. PayPal has a habit of banning and freezing accounts when the names, a lot of them that I get, and you'll see it in this lawsuit, appear to be like European or Middle Eastern or things of that nature, Arabic potentially, or the addresses, or like there'll be freight forwarders from like New York or Miami or LA that are forwarding to other countries. Russia is another one, the Russian names that I've seen with a lot of bans. I'm telling you guys, go look at my comments on YouTube under any of my PayPal videos where people have commented that their accounts are banned, and look at their names and look at where they're from. It's not me. I'm simply stating facts. So please don't run out into the internet world and say Casey's being racist or countryist or whatever. It's not. It's literally PayPal. So this is like an ongoing thing where this is just what I see. And so PayPal has legitimate reasons to ban accounts. Like, they don't feel comfortable doing business. That's their right, and it's in the fine print. It's also in the fine print that if they freeze your account for any reason, for whatever it is, and they suspend you, like they're not going to do business with you, they can hold your money for up to 180 days. That's 6 months they can hold the money. And so that is absolutely their right. And I'm not saying PayPal is targeting any certain type of people or certain countries or certain this. I'm just saying there seems to be, in what I see, a trend. Now, with the normal suspension bans, like, people are using the same IP as a family member or friend who was previously suspended. That will also trigger your account being flagged. If you had an account suspended previously, just like eBay, if you try to start a new one, you will get suspended or flagged. Why would they let you back on if they already suspended you, right? So there's many reasons why these things can happen. And a lot of times what they'll say, and eBay's notorious for this as well back in the day and still to this day, they're not going to tell you why. And the reason they're not going to tell you why is because if you know why they're suspending people, then in the future, there could be people who could work around that. Like, hey, if your name has Smith in it, they suspend you. So don't use a name with Smith, right? Like, it's just totally me just pulling it out of thin air. But that's the thing. Like, they don't want you to know their security reasons and features, which sucks because now you don't know why you're suspended. And in theory, it could just be because they felt like it. And some people have accused them of that. And that's what this lawsuit is in reference to. So if you have had an issue with PayPal, if you've been suspended, if you've done anything, please feel free to comment down below. I'll put the links to this story that you can find out more about this. I love PayPal. I think it's a great platform. I think that as long as you start off slow, build your history, get some good history with them, and get some awesome transactions going, good feedback from your customers. Look, I sell through Shopify using PayPal. All my Shopify payments come in that way. All of my direct Instagram and YouTube and everything I sell direct, that all comes through PayPal. My training programs, that all comes into PayPal. So I use them a lot, multiple 6 figures a year. I love the platform. I think you should too. But some of you won't agree, so I'll have to read the comments and see. Anyways, let's check out the news story, and then you guys can decide for yourself. Okay, so I am quoting this out of the Engadget website article by Mariella Moon, M. Moon, from January 14, 2022. She wrote this just before the weekend. So PayPal facing lawsuits for freezing customer accounts and funds. It wouldn't even tell them why their funds had been frozen, the complaint says. So 3 PayPal users who have allegedly had their accounts frozen and funds taken by the company without explanation have filed a federal lawsuit against the online payment services. The plaintiffs, 2 users from California and 1 from Chicago, are accusing the company of unlawfully seizing their personal property and violating racketeering laws. That's the RICO law. Like, they're going for them hardcore. They're now proposing a class action lawsuit on behalf of all of their users who've had their accounts frozen before and are seeking restitution, as well as punitive and exemplary damages. Lena Evans, one of the plaintiffs who's been a PayPal user for 22 years, said the website seized $26,984 from her account 6 months after it got frozen without ever telling her why. Evans had been using PayPal to buy and sell clothing on eBay, to exchange money for a poker league she owns, and for a nonprofit that helps women with various needs. Fellow plaintiff Roni Shemtov said PayPal seized over $42,000 of her money and never got an acceptable reason why her account was terminated. She received several different explanations when she contacted the company. One customer rep says it's because she used the same IP and computer as other PayPal users, while another said it was because she sold yoga clothing at 20 to 30% lower than retail. Yet another representative allegedly said it was because she had multiple accounts, which she denies. Shibidan, not even going to try to butcher his name, Aklabekov, I'll try. The third plaintiff said PayPal seized over $172,000 of his money without giving him any explanation why the account got limited in the first place. Why would you have that much money in PayPal? I don't know. He used the account of a company his wife owns to sell hyaluron pens, which are needleless pens that inject hyaluronic acid into the skin. After the money disappeared from the account following a 6-month freeze, PayPal allegedly sent his wife a letter that says she violated PayPal's user agreement and acceptable use policy, the AUP, by accepting payments for the sale of injectable fillers not approved by the FDA. It also said that the money was taken from her account for its liquidated damages arising from those AUP violations pursuant to the user agreement. PayPal has long angered many a user for limiting accounts and freezing their funds for 6 months or more. One high-profile case was American poker player Chris Moneymaker, who had $12,000 taken from his account after 6 months of being limited. Moneymaker was already in the process of asking people to join him on a class action lawsuit before his funds were mysteriously returned. Part of the complaint reads, the plaintiffs bring this class action defendant PayPal to recover damages and other relief available at law and equity on behalf of themselves as well as on behalf of members of the class defined herein. This action stems from defendant's widespread business practice of unilaterally seizing funds from its clients' financial accounts without cause and without any fair or due process. Now, PayPal's not a bank, guys. Keep that in mind. PayPal places a hold on plaintiffs' own funds in their own PayPal accounts. PayPal has failed to inform plaintiffs and members of the class of the reasons for the actions PayPal has taken, even telling plaintiffs and members of the class that they will have to get a subpoena to learn the simple information as to why PayPal was holding and denying plaintiffs access to their own money. So if you scroll down here to the comments section, and again, this is just from Friday, they froze over 12,000, deleted. There was never any chargebacks as they obviously expected. Completely screwed my business. I was so angry, I registered a website called paypalsteals.com, but before I had a chance to use it to tell my story, their lawyer sent me a threatening cease and desist letter. They must actively watch all new domains for this. That's how much they know they're hated. PayPal froze an account 5,800 for 6 months. They did not have a good reason. After reading all the comments here, I moved the US 500 and Euro 400 that's sitting in my PayPal account to my bank. Never realized the scale of the problem. What is the name of the law firm? My account was permanently frozen. They always do this to me. Fortunately, I did not have any money. Man, oh man. Why didn't you people, after selling your stuff, transfer your money into your bank account? I've had an account frozen twice. They've done me wrong twice. So literally, wow, I see there are a bunch of comments. This is literally just one, you can just scroll through this. This is just one thread from one story. Look, it just continuously going down, and I can just click more and more and more. So obviously this is are some of these customers lying? Sure. Are some of them bad sellers? Probably. Some of them actually owe the money? Yes. But are all of them? Doubtful. Highly doubtful. So what's going on here? I don't know. I love PayPal. I hope I never have any issues with them. PayPal, if you're watching this, I love you, and I think everyone should use your platform. But I also think you have to treat your customers fairly. So I'll leave it there for you guys down in the comment section. PayPal facing lawsuits for freezing money in accounts and basically keeping the money. So we'll see what happens with this. I'll keep an eye on it and update you as the case moves forward. But as with everything, probably going to take years. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. It takes just a half a second. Turn that thumb blue. Turn that thumb with a nice big thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate it. It shows me you like these videos, and it keeps you up to date. And also, down in the description box, if you need wholesale inventory, we have a link, as well as List Perfectly, my Reseller Genie, and my training program to teach you how to sell on all these platforms with or without PayPal. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you again tomorrow.